Okay, so we have two items under number one. We'll go ahead and take number one first. Two items that are going to be continued for 2 weeks until January 29th, and that's Leslie Morris and Cal Ahmed. So I don't know if you still wanted to speak. We're going to continue them. You could speak if you'd like, but we're going to continue both of those for 2 weeks. Did either one of you wish to speak? We're good? Okay. Excellent. Thank you very much. And then, of course...
And Mr. President, there's one additional request to continue for 2 weeks, and that is 1P.
1P. Okay, we'll go ahead and consider that we'll continue that until January 29th as well, 1P. And then left, of course, are Eric Previn and John Walsh on item 1. Eric, is he still here? Of course.
Okay, it's Eric Previn from CD2. Oh, yep, still Englander. Of course.
Stick to the item, and this is going to be your fair and final warning on that. You know the rules, so if you don't stick to the item, your time will be forfeit.
Please restore the 9 seconds. Thank you. This is item number 1, sir, which is the annual seasonal daily lien item. And I looked at 2. I was looking closely, and as is always seems to be the case, it seems like more than $2,000 of the ones in my district, of the 3,000 plus fee that is owed, is a onerous 50% kind of penalty. And when I looked into, so what's the egregious violation here? Believe it or not, and these are not people who have a lot of funds in the pocket necessarily, it is a vegetation overgrowth. So if you can believe it. Now, I do agree that we have to get people to cut their vegetation down, and if they don't do it, I would recommend that we send a crew out, do it for them, and send them a bill. And maybe that's what this is supposed to be, but that's not what this is, actually. This is the one where they actually did it after being noticed. They paid the smaller fee, and then circle back around. Here comes Charles, have a seat up front, and let's get them for more. And they keep coming down week after week after week, and it is insulting. And it's insulting that this is what we put on our agenda on a regular basis, and it's insulting that I have to continue to repeat it in miniature. What I would recommend is moving it to a different section of our public meeting. Move it to another pub. Don't do it in the hallowed John Ferraro Hall. It's disrespectful for Mr. Ferraro and all of his predecessors and the folks who have followed, who are among themselves fairly stately in their own right. And I was very moved today during the presentation. There are presentations that are deeply moving, and we should do that, continue to do that. But we should separate out so that there's also a possibility for ordinary grieving, if you will, about liens and other things, but other more important things, like the issues that we're all facing in our communities on a regular, semi-regular, and daily basis, like in Studio City, where I'm from. But you had a lot of people come down here, and then they get turned around and sent out sideways. So I would appreciate that as we move forward. Thank you, Mr. Englander.